Hello, my name is Varun Jugareddy, and I am the head programmer for the Royal Organization for Aquatic Restoration, and we, through collaborative efforts, have programmed our machine using the program Simulink. Our program starts here with the gripper subsystem. This system uses the 5 up and 5 up down buttons to control the servo like a motor. Now this system still, however, adheres to servo limitations. It does this using the gripper tracker. The gripper tracker tracks and updates the position of the servo constantly. The input is added by 100 and then goes into the stateful chart. The stateful chart stops it for a millisecond and then goes on. It checks to see if the input is greater than or equal to 127, and if it is, sets it to 126. Otherwise, it just lets the input through. The output merges and is sent to the output port 1. It's then set to the servo and the gripper tracker. The remaining servos use the gripper system. The first servo is the gripper. The next is the wrist, which turns the gripper. The next is one of our arm joints. And finally, it's the door, which is used for object containment. Here we encounter our first motor. This motor is controlled by the 8 up and down buttons. When the 8 up button is pressed, it will go to the if action block and set the value to positive 210. Otherwise, if it's down, it will set it to negative 210. And if nothing is pressed, it will set it to 0. The outputs merge and set the motor to a constant velocity. Our next motor uses the channel 4 joystick. The input is put into an if-else block and checks to see whether it's less than negative 15 but greater than positive 15. If it is, then it will send the input through, and if not, it will set it to 0. The outputs merge and set it to the motor. As you can see, the remaining motors use the joystick input system. However, this one uses the button system and the joystick input system. All three are inputted into the if-else block and then are sorted to their respective if action blocks. All work the same way, and their outputs are sent to the merge block, which is then sent to the motor.